after our Thanksgiving feast.
Yeah, that's right. As is the tradition here on News 3, we turn to Donna Weihoffen for some traditional and somewhat non-traditional Thanksgiving recipes.
Susan and I paid a visit to Donna's kitchen yesterday, and boy, did it smell good. We're back in Donna's kitchen, 26th year.
26
Hard to
years.
believe.
Donna, we are thankful for you. This is such a special tradition. Thank you so much.
It is fun for me. It is really fun.
And the big news this year, everybody's talking about the salmonella scare.
They are, and that has to do with the raw turkey. And I think everybody needs to know that raw chicken and turkey is by nature could be contaminated with salmonella. So this is not something new.
Any day of the week.
Any day of the week. But the good news is it's killed when you cook it. So if you just handle it carefully when it's raw, then you won't have any problems. But so if you're going to wash this in the sink, then you clean out the sink with bleach water, you wash your hands, put this in a pan, and don't contaminate any other food with it, and cook it. And once it's cooked, it's no problem.
160? What do we go for?
Well, between 165 and 180, depending upon the point in the turkey. Always put your thermometers in so that you can look at them as they cook. And then you can also check with my new toy. I have a new thermometer this year. And this is an InstaRead, and you can put it in here, and in 30 seconds, it'll tell you what the temperature is.
I think a lot of people are scared. They hear this recall. And
Yeah. You don't have to be scared. It is like completely killed. The salmonella is gone when it's cooked. So
as long as you do it properly, you should be okay.
As long as you cook, yes.
Okay.
And you got some onion in there?
I stuffed it with onion. No stuffing. We don't put the stuffing inside. And the reason is because it's so hard for that stuffing to get cooked in a reasonable amount of time. So it stays warm because it's insulated with this bird. And it doesn't get to 165 degrees in a safe amount of time.
And stuffing's easy, right?
Well, you know what? This is really easy. This is going to be heresy. I have a magazine called Cooks, and they did a study of different stuffing mixes. And they rated all the different stuffing mixes and said, stovetop stuffing was just as good as anybody's stuffing.
Wow, that's easy.
There you go.
If everybody's got their own stuffing recipe, and if they want to do that, that's fine. But if you want to cheat a little bit and don't tell anybody, stovetop stuffing.
Hide the box.
Guilt-free. Yes.
All right, what size do we have this year?
This year, my green beans, that's the green bean casserole, but it doesn't have the soup in it. I made my own sauce, so you need to taste that. It's a mushroom sauce made with onions and mushrooms and green beans, and then the topping can either be panko breadcrumbs, or if you want to, you can put the onions on top. But I'm saving, I don't know, I just think it's more homemade and it's more yummy just to have your own homemade dressing.
That's good.
Now, as it is with all of your sides, can you make this one ahead as well?
Totally made ahead. Now, I made this, and we're going to serve it on Thanksgiving Day. And I made the corn, and that's already done. And we're going to serve that on Thanksgiving Day, but I made a little one for you. So you don't
thank you.
So you don't get it.
This is so colorful. What is this, a little corn souffle?
Yes, it's peppers and corn.
I can smell the peppers.
Yeah, so it's red. Now, if you have kids, they might want just plain corn. So when I'm having the kids over on Friday, I think I'll have a can of corn on the side because some of them don't like the peppers and the onions. But as adults, we kind of like a little sauce.
No, it's good.
Yeah, that's delicious.
Yeah.
That would be really good for breakfast the next day, too.
Right, it's milk and eggs and peppers and corn. And again,
Delicious.
you can bake it ahead and just rewarm it. You don't even have to do anything else. And then my make-ahead mashed potatoes.
They're world famous.
I put them on the crown dish here over here because, yes. And the secret is a little bit of low-fat cream cheese and a little bit of sour cream and milk and beat it up and then just rewarm it.
And white pepper.
Can you remember the white pepper?
Yeah.
White pepper.
Makes a difference.
Yeah, it really does. I know. My kids who hardly have any spices in their cabinet do have white pepper in there.
Our gravy.
Great. That's the gravy.
You saved this from last year.
It's Mark.
She saved her fat from last year.
So last year, this says, on the top it says, turkey broth, November 2017. So I put it in here, and then the fat's on the top. I'm going to take off the fat, and I'm going to make my gravy ahead of time, not at the last minute, with this broth. Then I'm going to take this broth from this year, and I'm going to put this in a jar. I could just put it in the jar, and the fat would stay on top. But if I did want to make it fat-free, I'd let the broth out and stop where the fat is. And I've got a complete fat-free gravy.
So
That'll be next
that's
year.
going in the freezer for next year. All right, we can't leave without dessert.
I really like this dessert this year. It's an apple pie, and the secret ingredient is putting in a can of cranberry sauce. So the apples are cooked with the cranberries, and it has a streusel topping. I think it's better than a pie crust. It tastes more tasty.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah, it does. It's the combination of apples, and it couldn't be easier. I mean, it's super easy. And again, make that ahead. It'll stay for several days ahead of time.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, Donna.
Yes,
All the recipes online at channel3000.com.
they are.
We'll see you next year. Oh, we'll see you before that.
With the gravy.
That's right. We'll be right back.